Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel Read with Rizwan. In today's video, we shall be discussing about animal tissues. So let's get started. When we breathe, we can actually feel the movement of our chest. How do these body parts move? For this, we have specialized cells called muscle cells. The contraction and relaxation of these cells result in movement. During breathing, we inhale oxygen. Where does this oxygen go? It is absorbed in the lungs and then it is transported to all the body cells through blood. Why would cells need oxygen? The functions of mitochondria we studied earlier provide a clue to this question. Blood flows and carries various substances from one part of the body to other. For example, it carries oxygen and food to all the cells. It also collects waste from all parts of the body and carries them to the liver and kidney for disposal. Blood and muscle are both examples of tissues found in our body. On the basis of the functions they perform, we can think of different types of animal tissue such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Blood is a type of connective tissue and muscle forms muscular tissue. Epithelial tissue. The covering or protective tissues in the animal body are epithelial tissues. Epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. The skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessels, lung, alveoli, and kidney tubules are all made of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheath. They have only a small amount of cementing material between them and almost no intercellular spaces. Obviously, anything entering or leaving the body must cross at least one layer of epithelium. As a result, the permeability of the cells of various epithelia play an important role in regulating the exchange of materials between the body and the external environment, and also between different parts of the body. Regardless of this type, all epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. Different epithelia shows different structures that correlate with their unique functions. For example, in cells lining blood vessels or lung alveoli, where transportation of substances occurs through a selectively permeable surface. There is a simple flat kind of epithelium. This is called simple squamous epithelium. Squama means scale of skin. Simple squamous epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining. The esophagus and the lining of the mouth are also covered with squamous epithelium. Remember, esophagus is also called as food pipe. The skin which protects the body is also made of squamous epithelium. Skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear, means breaking of the cells. Since they are arranged in pattern of layers, the epithelium is called stratified squamous epithelium, where absorption and secretion occur as the inner lining of the intestine. Tall epithelial cells are present. These columnar, meaning pillar-like epithelium, facilitates movement across the epithelial barrier. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelial tissue also has cilia, which are hair-like projections on the outer surface of epithelial cells. These cilia can move and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. This type of epithelium is thus ciliated columnar epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium, with cube-shaped cells, forms the lining of the kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands, where it provides mechanical support. Epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. Sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inward and a multicellular gland is formed. This is called glandular epithelium. Moving on to connective tissue. Blood is a type of connective tissue. Why would it be called connective tissue? We already discussed blood flows to transport oxygen, food, hormones, and waste materials, and so on. The cells of the connective tissue are loosely spaced and embedded in an intercellular matrix. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense, or rigid. The nature of matrix differs in concordance with the function of the particular connective tissue. Blood has a fluid matrix called plasma, in which red blood corpuscles, RBC or WBC, and platelets are suspended. The plasma contains protein, salts, and hormones. Blood flows and transports gases, digested food, hormones, and waste materials to different parts of the body. I think you already know regarding the situation of the COVID-19 plasma donor, so you can understand what is plasma here. Bone is another example of the connective tissue. It forms the framework that supports the body. It also anchors the muscles and supports the main organs of the body. It is a strong and non-flexible tissue Bone cells are embedded in a hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Two bones can be connected to each other by another type of connective tissue is called ligament. The tissue is very elastic, it has considerable strength. Ligaments contain very little matrix and connect to bones with bones. Tendons. It connects muscles to bones and another type of connective tissue. Tendons are fibrous tissue with great strength but limited flexibility. Another type of connective tissue, cartilage, has widely spaced cells. The solid matrix is composed of proteins and sugars. Cartilage smoothens bone surface and joints and is also present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. We can fold the cartilage of the ears, but we cannot bend the bones in our arms. Think of how the two tissues are different. Moving on. Areolar connective tissue is found between the skins and muscles around blood vessels and nerves in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organ, supports internal organs and helps in repair of tissues. That's it in the video. Hope you have understood properly. In the coming video, we will be discussing about muscular tissue and nervous tissue. In case if you have missed the earlier videos, you can go and check it out in the playlist. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.